What's going on, JDs and Lentilmen? I hope you're all having a good day wherever you are, and I hope you missed me because trust me, I most certainly didn't. Anyways, I'm going to be doing a different type of video today. As you can clearly see, I've been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals to impeccably non-showering levels. So I would love to spread the great word of my knowledge today and tell you what character that you main in Marvel Rivals actually says about you. You already know what the deal is with this type of video, so let's just get straight into it. And if you get your feelings hurt by anything I say, you're actually stuck in Iron 3. If you main Captain America, you truly are just a goated person, and I have nothing bad to say about you. People will always criticize you for your tank of choice, probably saying some shit about how Cap is useless and hey, can we please get a shield tank? This guy is not very good, he's actually very ass. But you know just how much of a mosquito you can be to enemy team's backlines, whilst also escaping from the brink of death every single time. Your team incessantly tells you to switch to a shield tank, but the craziest part is that you are a shield tank, just not for your bum ass team, but for yourself. You also get incredibly mad when your team unintentionally avoids the path of your ultimate because they still don't realize by now that it's literally an invincibility ult, but in Vanguard form. Always a blessing to see your Lord icon on my team. It really does tell me you can do this all day. You got so tired of being forced to fill tank that you basically just said fuck it and decide to main the one tank that's by far the easiest to climb with. Or you decided to main him because you're still trying to get that new portal clip every single day. You revel in a fact that you're never getting blamed if the team is getting fucked up because you're always needed either way. If you're a seasoned Doctor Strange 2, you love to do that, that fucking fear-mongering method of like floating really high into the air just to make the enemy team think that you have your ult when you're nowhere close to having it, bro. You're chill as fuck. Stay blocking those hella ults, my boy. I don't fucking like you, bro. Actually not. It's not that I don't like you. It's just that I'm not trying to hear the bullshit you're spewing. Look, man, you know damn well that you were not playing Vanguard before Emma released, okay? Do not sit there and lie to me, bro. You never ever touched a lick of tank before she released. Oh, okay, but now all of a sudden you're a Vanguard main, right? Because you're gorilla glued to these snow drumsticks that's on your screen. Look, if there's one thing I've learned about Emma mains is that you can really tell which ones were playing Vanguard before and knows what they're actually doing, and which ones were insta-locking Psylocke since the game started. I've been playing Vanguard since day one though, bro. Okay, I've been through the struggles, I've been through the streets. Snow Bunny mind control is fucking mine. Get out of my role. If you main Groot, you don't. Because you never actually get to play him. Why? Because he gets banned in 99% of ranked matches. I truly believe the only way you can get Lord on Groot now is if you become a quick play champion. Because his shit is just not flying anywhere else, gang. And even on the off chance Groot doesn't get banned, you better be damn sure the enemy team is also gonna have a Groot. So you still have to worry about potentially getting Groot diffed, and arguably, that's even worse. You probably just wanted to be a DPS, but you didn't want to get blamed for performing like ass or making your team lose or not getting enough kills, so you just chose to disguise yourself as a tank instead. Thankfully, most of y'all have learned by now to have enough awareness to not block off your diving DPS from returning back home with your thick ass walls. Either way, you're a pretty chill and cool person. You usually never crash out at your teammates since you're already expecting to carry them anyways, and you're constantly praying to God or any other higher deity in the cosmos that the enemy team does not have a somewhat competent Wolverine to just end your whole career in like 2 seconds. I honestly never hear anything bad about Hulk players. You guys offer decent peel for your supports and better shields than Magneto at times. I know y'all are absolutely fiending for Namor on your team nowadays for that broken ass team up. Y'all are genuinely like a discount Venom, just hopping in the backlines every 5 seconds and then hopping back out. Honestly though, due to how much mechanical skill, patience, timing, and well really just everything it takes to actually use your character, your games can be an absolute stomp or a shit show on your record. But I know you guys are just savoring that sweet success and popularity of that Namor team up y'all currently got, because you know once that shit leaves the game, ain't nobody gonna give a fuck about Hulk again. There is no way you guys enjoy playing the game. Like bro, I don't believe it. You guys do not enjoy playing the game at all. Like you guys are really good at the game and you guys carry your teams 24/7, but you most likely got forced to fill tank and now you're just stuck playing the one tank that works anywhere but at the cost of your own personal enjoyment of the game. I swear, Magneto just gotta be the most boring tank to play, which really sucks because I love Magneto as a character. But shit man, I wouldn't be dead ass in the slightest if I didn't say that every action this man does is as slow as his actual age, man. Using his abilities feels like a fucking sacrifice, bro. Like I gotta pick and choose to either save myself or save one healer on my team who's about to get ulted, and it takes another 10 seconds to do anything again. The only satisfaction y'all get from this game is hitting your ult on a cloak and dagger. You will save your ult for the entire round just to do that, and honestly that's extremely smart anyways. You stay doing that. Your blood pressure is maxed out every match because you're trying to carry the fuck out of your team, because if you don't do it, then who will? You guys kinda have a main character syndrome, but it's controlled because you actually get shit done regardless, so you're just pretty chill on the outside. Dude, the game is so much more enjoyable playing Penny when you don't have a Captain Obvious screaming down your throat about some you do know that Penny doesn't work on attack, right? Like, why are we running Penny on attack? We're not on defense anymore? Like, bro, shut your goofy ass up. Do you think that I already didn't know that? Every single person who plays Penny knows Penny isn't optimal for attack objectives, but we play her anyways because we obviously know how to play around that weakness. Otherwise, we wouldn't be playing her on attack, you fucking moron. And before you sit there and say, okay, so if you know Penny is weak on attack, then why don't you switch, bro? Why don't you switch to a better tank? Why don't you switch to a shield tank? And to that, I say, my ego is top 500 compared to yours. Play around me instead, little bro. Penny mains be getting the most slander and flack for their tank choice, but they know they're smarter than like 99% of the lobby they're in, and every move they make is strategic and meant to be highly annoying for the enemy team to deal with, but not annoying enough as to where they're focusing Penny too often. I'm telling you man, it's such a nice relaxing field day to have when idiots, you know, for some reason they just never break your nest. You could literally be straight in the open, they're just not breaking it. We all need to give a moment of silence for our veteran Vanguard players who main thing this season, because this shit is genuinely tragic. You guys are just completely out of the game right now, because at the time of me recording this, Marvel Rivals is on season 2.5 and Ultron just got released, who is a flying healer. So now the hard meta for the entire summer is basically just running flyers, which you guys just can't do anything about. As if it already wasn't hard enough for tanks to do virtually anything significant to motherfuckers who just chill in the atmosphere all around. The thing just has zero utility to get to them out of any other tank. And honestly, your character's in shambles this season.
What are you doing up there?
Staying away from you.
That's a cute outfit. Did your husband give it to you?
I don't think you guys can even play Thing this summer, which really sucks because you guys are pretty good and reliable teammates who make sure that your healer stays safe from them pesky mosquitoes, bro. Aside from that one Thing player, Lord by the way, who I got one round and I was paired up with in a ranked match, and one time he deadass told me after we had lost the round, by the way, that apparently, and I quote, nobody was protecting our healers, and that I'm supposed to kill enemies and take space only, and not peel for my supports. Look, I don't know what type of anomalous Thing player I encountered that day, but I'm just gonna assume that the rest of you guys don't claim him, and he was simply just a glitch in the system. We're moving on. I am thoroughly convinced, okay? And look, I'm not joking at all when I say this. I am genuinely convinced that out of the 50 players that main Thor in this game, there's just this one Thor player, okay, there's this one Thor player who is somehow able to sneak his big-bodied fucking ass all the way into the enemy team's backlines, kill all of their healers, and then just return back to his team without any consequences. Like, nobody sees this fucking 7-foot-tall Asgardian playboy model just waltzing his ass into their own space and fucking shit up over and over and over again, and nobody's taking care of him. It's literally the same dude. I swear, this guy has invisibility tech. This dude must got an exclusive team up with Sue that nobody else has apparently, because it's like nobody's checking bro. And then we lose the game because nobody killed him once, which is mind-boggling to me because Thor is not hard to kill. Like, I don't know. In fact, he do be looking pretty goofy when he's just slowly trying to escape from the enemy team's backlines, but he gets dogpiled instantly. But once again, there's this one Thor main in this game who he just gets away with it, controls the matches, and is just an absolute nightmare to deal with. Aside from that guy, every other Thor main is decent if I was being honest. Thor mains are somewhat of a threat, but not enough as to where they'd get target banned or taken really seriously. Like, they don't cause too much havoc, and that's mostly because Thor as a character just keeps getting gutted for no legitimate reason. But I haven't met a lot of Thor players who were assholes or anything, so I'm just gonna assume that they're usually chill and quiet, so I fuck with them. Not gonna lie, bro, seeing a Lord Venom on your team just makes you feel kinda safe. Like, I don't know why, I don't know what it is, but Venom's Lord icon is one of the very few Lord icons that I'm actually happy to see in my lobbies, because you just know they're a monster with the dude 9 times out of 10. They're probably built like the dude IRL if I was being honest. And if you paired these motherfuckers up with any half-decent Spider-Man in the past seasons, good luck playing a game as anybody. Because if you were playing support, you just be getting passed around more than an STD in a frat party, bro. And if you weren't playing support, you still be getting fucked anyways because your supports are always dead. I know you just be giggling, laughing, kicking your feet in the air when you spectate the enemy team and they're just swiveling their POV all over the place just to catch up to you. But they don't know that your name is Wally Rudolph West, baby. That is if you're him though. If you're not him, boy, you look like one of the sorriest dive characters desperately trying to run up a wall to escape the aftermath and consequences of your 59th failed reset combo. And you just gotta accept your fate at that point though, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I see a Lord Black Panther on my team, it's GG's, bro.
My disappointment is immeasurable. And my day is ruined.
Like, I'm sorry, dog. I don't mean to be a hater or nothing, but Black Panther Lord, Moon Knight Lord, and Spider-Man Lord are the 3 fucking stooges of Lord icons. Every time you see these motherfuckers in your lobbies, you just know you're gonna lose because they actually sold their soul to the devil in order to get those icons instead of, actually being good at the character, then proceed to go 5 to 14 and never switch. I'll get to these other motherfuckers in a second, but Black Panther mains, a lot of y'all are some of that, and there ain't no mouse sensitivity settings in the world that's gonna help you, little bro. Just give it up. Black Widow mains are the biggest sleeper agents in the entire community. They know they're better than everybody else. They really are just better than everybody else. And they make sure you realize that by sneaking into your ranked matches once in a blue moon just to completely shit on you, win a round, and dip to never be seen again until like a month later. These motherfuckers don't play, man. These people wanted to prove that they're better at the game in general by playing the one character that realistically never has to be played anywhere because the alternatives are just so much more better and brain dead, but they just want to make a point and that's all that matters to them, and I highly respect them for that. Their blood pressure has to be at an all-time high, by the way, because they have to be locked in constantly 24/7 and always play their best, because guess what? If the team even so slightly starts losing, all of the blame is put onto them because they're playing Black Widow when it could literally straight up just not be their fault as to why the team is losing. A Black Widow player could be going fucking 17-4. Everybody else on the team hasn't even reached 10 kills yet, and motherfuckers will still blame the Black Widow player.
Yo, Deems, can you play healers, bro? See this Black Widow value. I don't know, if they got the triple healer and we have a Black Widow, it's gonna be quite difficult, to be honest. It's just trolling. Yeah, I mean, dude, we have a character that does nothing. No pressure at all. It's triple healer. He can't one-shot anybody. He's fucking useless.
Yo, you gotta change from Black Widow, man. It's not working out.
I just want to be left alone. That's literally it. I want to be left alone. There are too many people that are literally just on my dick 24/7, and it's just frustrating, alright?
And you know what happens if you're doing too great with Black Widow instead? Yeah, he's definitely hacking. As if you weren't flaming this motherfucker for choosing the supposedly worst character in the game 2 minutes ago. I know damn well you didn't mean to hit that headshot. Every single flick you make with your mouse is really just a prayer to heaven. And the craziest part is that those prayers often go answered and fulfilled to the fullest. You're a massive fan of the TV show, and you stay repping Hawkeye's legacy throughout the MCU because he was literally just a regular dude shooting arrows in the midst of a full-scale alien invasion on New York. Like, bro, what type of impact do you possibly hope to have on this type of situation, bro? Like, what are you doing, okay? You just know that if the enemy team doesn't either ban you or Luna, you're gonna have a field day with the enemy team for sure. Hella mains. I mean, what can I really say about you guys? Just playing point and click simulator at a certain point. You guys are either having the best time of your lives this season or the worst time. Because from all of the flyer meta that's going on right now, hella sales are in the highest demand known to date. And the amount of free range you get off of them has got to be delicious. But at the same time, you're getting banned and ranked more often now. So yeah, that also sucks. You guys have scarily good aim, like really good aim. Hitting that triple headshot on a support is literally a way better feeling than sex for most of you. But that's probably because, you know, most of you have never had sex before, but you know, still such a high source of ecstasy for you. I know y'all happy as shit there's a new insanely broken team up this season with Storm and Jeff that makes a threat of you guys potentially running a lobby mostly forgotten by now. Finally glad nobody's banning you guys again. I don't know what's up with people who main this character, or if the character got changed at some point in time that I was completely unaware of, but nobody was taking y'all seriously until y'all started popping off out of nowhere, bro. Human Torch mains are a complete hit or miss, to be honest. You guys are decent at the game, and there's probably one or two of you guys that everybody ignores in the sky and just lets you run the entire lobby. You guys are top tier rage baiters, like endgame level rage baiters. Your character's entire kit revolves around baiting the enemy to make the unfortunate mistake of literally defending themselves against you, which in turn allows you to become an immortal god that genuinely cannot be stopped nor killed.
Why won't you die? They harden in response to physical trauma.
You were that type of kid growing up who would keep bothering the same adult over and over and over again asking if they had games on their phone. You're so incredibly stubborn, but your stubbornness pays off well in this game. You swear Iron Fist's lock-on ability doesn't need to be nerfed when it genuinely makes no sense that a melee character is just practically able to fly at a certain point and keep up with the actual flying characters in the air. No matter how bad or great Iron Man was in any of these seasons, I knew you were repping my man since day one. You didn't care what anybody said. You were never able to recover from Iron Man's death in the MCU, and you were going to make sure that this man's title wasn't going to be forgotten. Unfortunately, some of you guys don't have a name that begins with Tony, so you're fucking whiffing your ult every single time. Every time my Iron Man ults, I'm literally praying that he hits at least one person, because unless you're being sneaky with that shit, you most likely ain't gonna be able to get it off. Bro, switch off Iron Man, your team pleads, as the enemy team's hella picks you off for the 35th time in a row, but you didn't hear them because you're blasting AC/DC into your headphones. And every time you do slightly good in any of your games, you're typing in chat a new deranged Jarvis quote each time you get a kill. Yo, if you main Magic, I got nothing but respect for you, bruh. Especially in today's climate, boy, you better hope some god out there exists for you to pray to. When you started playing this game, you looked at characters like Scarlet Witch, Hela, Moon Knight, and you said to yourself, hold up, this shit is for pussies, man. So you decided to play one of the very few actually fun DPSs in the game. But damn man, y'all really need that compass star ass crosshair, because missing that dash is the exact same feeling as pulling back on that hangnail on your finger just a little bit too far. A degree in quantum physics is genuinely needed in understanding Magic's dash, because how the fuck is it even missing? How, like, why is me being slightly off angle results in missing Magic's entire combo and immediate death? Meanwhile, characters like Bucky can fucking hook me through walls. You're either carrying your team or your team is flaming you for performing like ass. Genuinely no middle ground, but I still love you anyways because you've got great taste in women. I know what you are, my boy. I know exactly who you are. You're that person actually enjoys playing tank. You enjoy having a lot of health, almost being unkillable, and being a wall that stops enemies but also protects teammates if needed. But you quickly realize, damn bro, my DPS just aren't doing shit. Like, I'm taking attention, I'm creating space, I'm doing my job as a tank, but my DPS, bro, my DPS just aren't securing kills. They ain't at least trying to peel for my backlines every once in a while when I'm clearly busy in the front. These motherfuckers are just nowhere to be found. Like, what are they doing, bro? Shoot at the fucking clouds in the sky? So being a tank main with a progressive mindset, you said, alright bro, I'll just do it myself then. And you chose the one DPS that is borderline a tank and still do great damage and can basically do any job if fucking needed. My man Mr. Fantastic can do anything, bro. He can peel, he can frontline, he can dive if he really wanted to, he can even take out flyers. Very rarely will you run into a bad Mr. Fantastic, mainly because Mr. Fantastic, just like Bucky, gains extra shield from simply blinking in your general direction. Every time there's a solo tank on the team and somebody says, hey guys, I think we might need a second tank here, you just hit him with that classic, well, Mr. Fantastic is basically a tank, and carry on about your day. Let my other insta-lock DPS figure it out. I'm on vacation. But if you main Fantastic because you're a One Piece fan, get the fuck out of here, bro. Attack on Titan solos.
My granny called, she said, Travis, you work too hard. Don't worry, you forget about me.
Oh.
I'm falling in and out of cause don't worry, I'ma get it, granny. What happened? Now my daddy happy. Mama called me up, that money coming and she let me out and made it now.
Okay, so getting this out of the way, as stated previously, if you catch a Lord Moon Knight on your team is GG's. I can promise you, that motherfucker is not the actual Batman that you be seeing in these other lobbies, where the enemy team has a Moon Knight that's going 46-5 instead. Just straight farming ult charge in the absolute heat of the moment when nobody can take out the AUG and popping like 10 ults per round. Don't sit there and act like y'all know who the fuck Moon Knight was before the TV show. Y'all didn't know. Y'all never even knew the name Khonshu existed before the year of 2022. You guys weren't there with me back in the day watching variant comics explain who Moon Knight was. Y'all are some fucking frauds, man. And the amount of Moon Knights I've seen who are going straight close range 1v1 with an enemy, but their aim is so impeccably washed that they resort to throwing their Ankh down and never shooting the enemy again, even though they've clearly moved out of the Ankh's radius, is fucking diabolical. Half of these motherfuckers don't even know that you do more damage directly shooting the enemy instead of shooting the Ankh. And these motherfuckers have almost no awareness, man. I can briskly walk up besides a Moon Knight, bro would have no fucking clue. And stop hiding your name, bruh. Nobody's banning you. Alright, fine, Jesus, I'll switch to Namor to help with the Spider-Man. I don't even know how to use his character, bruh. Oh, wait. I don't have to learn how to play this character. The character just plays the game for me. Yo, does anybody here know how to play Hulk by any chance? It's fine if you don't know how to. He's pretty easy to learn. Just choose Hulk. You guys know fully well you have no career in this game without your squids. A Namor player will legit spend more time pressing the button to throw down their squids, that's on cooldown by the way, instead of actually hitting their trident shots. 10% of the gameplay is you, the other 90% is the fucking squids. It literally doesn't matter if you whiff all of your shots. Like, genuinely, Namor is one of the only few characters where it does not matter. You don't even try to shoot at the Spider-Man that's been terrorizing your support so much that their cries for help are the only reason you're playing him right now. Why? Because you're just gonna put down those auto-aim squids like a good little boy and let the game do the work for you. And honestly, on a real note, thank you for that. You're currently mad as fuck that Psylocke got whatever nerf she got this season because she genuinely didn't need that shit compared to the amount of bullshittery that these other DPSs are still on to this day. You're either a gamer girl who loves Psylocke's aesthetic or you're a straight gooner. Literally just no in between. Cause look, man, I mean seriously, look, they added a lot of detail under all of that, man. Look, that's all I'm saying, okay? And I don't think they did that for no reason, bro, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. On the surface though, your character doesn't take much skill, but her skill ceiling of knowing when to engage, get out, cycle through autos to secure that combo is actually pretty high, and most of the time you guys are a true threat in your lobbies. You swear your character takes skill to use. She doesn't. Point blank, everybody knows it. Scarlet Witch takes no fucking skill to use, and you can't convince me otherwise. She doesn't even need skill for positioning, bro. You literally have 2 get out of jail free cards at your disposal. In my opinion, you should never have more than like what, 5 deaths on this character. Like the fuck? Even new players in this game claim Scarlet Witch is mad easy. If you're struggling on Scarlet Witch, bro, just go back to Minecraft, bro. Okay, this fighting game shit in general just ain't for you, gang. Okay, the only amount of skill it takes to play Scarlet Witch is hitting her ult though. That is the true skill ceiling of the character, the only real skill ceiling of the character. After season 0, when everybody quickly figured out that Scarlet Witch's ult could be completely nullified by like a single Taco Bell fart in the air, hitting that shit became harder than a Reddit moderator getting laid for the first time. It's not even a question of what can stop Scarlet Witch's ult. It's the question of what can't stop her ult at this point. Because this shit is just ridiculous. Oh wow, team, look, there's a big ass red exclamation mark just slowly making its way towards us. That can't be good. Hey, let's all shoot at it real quick and kill it. Whoa, Scarlet Witch is ulting. Guys, hey, does anybody have literally any ability in their character's kit that can stun in the slightest? I've watched Scarlet Witches hide behind a building way too long in order to not get stunned out of their ult, and then they end up just solo ulting the fucking building. I would literally purposely edge Scarlet Witch players as Penny Parker by waiting until the very last second until her ult popped off and just cyberweb stun her out of it. The shit was just too funny, and it will always be too funny. Spider-Man mange, bro. I mean, like, bro, what can I say about these people that hasn't been said already? I mean, like, dog, look, we all love Spider-Man. Everybody wants to be Spider-Man. But being Spider-Man comes with having great power. And with great power comes great responsibility. And a lot of y'all motherfuckers have neither of those qualities. Lord Spider-Man and your team,
Well, you can't expect to win them all.
that motherfucker does not have great power. Why? Because he's dying to the enemy team's fucking cloak and dagger because he missed his combo again. And he also definitely doesn't have great responsibility because he's going 4 to 13 and not taking responsibility for his actions and swapping off. These people are still repping Necros to this day, somewhat believing that maybe, just maybe, if they keep gargling Necros' nuts, that his skill will be shared and passed down to like the wannabe pro Spider-Man players like it's fucking one for all or some shit.
言って欲しかった言葉は
君はヒーローになれる
夢は現実に
But that shit ain't happening, bro. One Namor and you're gone. Pair that up with a Hulk? You might as well be throwing still playing Spider-Man into that. And these people used to rep Spider-Man so bad back in the days that they claimed that bro had the highest skill ceiling in the game. And at the time, the community believed them. Until the community really started to learn how easy it was to use Spider-Man's one-shot combo. And now they're getting clowned on for it. Fun fact, by the way, Did you know that the Niagara Falls waterfall only has so much water in it due to the never-ending amount of tears that have flowed from Spider-Man mains after the Venom team-up got removed from the game? Cause I didn't know that until today. The more you know, guys. The only time Spider-Man mains finally hop off the game is when enemy team Spider-Man diffs them and everybody notices, and the embarrassment is just way too unreal for them to keep going afterwards. I fucking hate you. It's not even just the fact that I hate you. No. It's that I loathe you. I wish you were never born, because if you weren't, then I wouldn't have to deal with your brain-dead gameplay and terrorism in my ranked lobbies. If you fucking main Squirrel Girl, never talk to me. I genuinely don't like you. Why? Because you have no skill in the game. You are not skilled in the slightest. You don't know how to aim. You have no awareness, nothing. Yet, why is it that I find that you have the highest damage, that you have the highest amount of eliminations, that every time I'm finally close enough to you to choke the life out of your grotesque, beady fucking eyes, you always manage to get away? What do you mean? What do you mean you can just aim at a wall and kill me? Why is it every time I'm on your kill feed, I'm never actually in the picture? Where even was I when you kill me? You weren't even looking at me. Yet I find myself not only at half health, but my supports are dead. My supports are dead just because you mindlessly flung acorns into the fucking air and farmed ult charge within the first 20 seconds of the game. There is no character in this game that infuriates me more than Squirrel Girl. Don't even come into my comment section talking about oh bro, dude, Squirrel Girl isn't even that good. Dude, Squirrel Girl is a noob stomper. You can't actually die from Squirrel Girl in ranked, but you're a part of the problem, because just like in the comics, nobody takes Squirrel Girl seriously. They think she's a joke. They think she's a gag character. They think she's not a threat, and nobody ever takes care of her. But she is a pestilence in the comics and in this game too. You leave her uncontested for way too long and she quickly becomes a nuisance. People who play this character never meant to kill you. They genuinely do it by accident. All of their kills were unintentional, if not most of them. Why are characters like Psylocke being nerfed when Squirrel Girl remains unchanged since season fucking 0? No damage drop off on the acorns from a certain range, nothing. She just sits there being a big problem that nobody cares to take care of until it's far too late. It's at a point with me where if a match starts and I hear one singular acorn sound popping off, I'm already pissed. I once played a ranked match, okay? Look, I once played a ranked match where me and my team pushed the objective all the way to the final point. I think it was on like the new Ultron map or whatever the fuck it's called, okay? The really bad one, okay? We just needed to push it a little bit farther to secure the win. And while we did manage to secure the point in the end, it took way longer than expected nor needed to do so. You want to know why? You want to know why that was? Do you want to know? It's because one of the enemies switched to Squirrel Girl and that bitch held that point and kept killing our supports and pushing us back. I even went to target this fucking creature. I went to kill her, and guess what she did? Guess what she did to me? She stunned me in the hallway, and then solo ulted me, and then killed me. That's what these entities do to you. If I ever catch you playing Squirrel Girl in my lobbies, I will literally go out of my way to target you, and only you. I will walk past your tanks and your supports just to hit you even once. I wouldn't even be mad if somebody on my team banned Squirrel Girl, cause hey, I'm not complaining, cause I don't want to deal with that shit just as much as a Storm and a Jeff or a Hawkeye or whatever else is always banned nowadays. Squirrel Girl mains, I hate you. I don't care who you are. Your character takes no skill. You do not deserve to be in higher ranks. Just get away from me, bro. Okay, this shit not even funny. I'm trying to send a message and I ain't playing. Okay, warranted crash out of the way. Star-Lord mains. Yeah, your character takes skill actually. I mean, genuinely, most of you guys are just training how to cycle all of your attacks to charge up your ult the quickest. A good Star-Lord is really annoying, scary, slippery, and will cost an entire enemy team the win with his ultimate. But out of any other main in this community, you guys really love Star-Lord, man. Okay, like, you guys really love the character that you main. Your favorite Marvel films are obviously the Guardians of the Galaxy films. You love listening to Star-Lord's in-game voice lines and interactions with the other characters in-game. And you're also extremely happy he never gets banned, like, at all. You guys are fuming right now because you know you're not seeing the light of day with this travesty of a team-up we got right now.
You don't want to be like this. This is disgusting. This is awful in every way. If I could kill it, I would.
You know what's crazy? Similarly to Iron Man mains, y'all were also there for Storm since day one, when everybody believed she was ass because, well, let's be honest, she kinda was at the time. But now the Storm community is inflated and nobody can play the character anymore cause yeah, fuck that. That shit is not fun. I will say though, if you're a guy, I know what type of dude you are. You love your black queens and I highly appreciate that. You probably want more of them in the game. We already have enough snow bunnies. Hey, I'll sign off on that, bro. And I do too. It's crazy how this game now ironically has a more accurate depiction of how powerful Storm is as a character instead of the Hulk. Hulk just stays getting shafted no matter where he goes, I guess. So why is it when you're on my team, you're going 7 to 16?
Hold on, are you ready for this?
Okay. But when you're on the enemy team, apparently you're the bona fide ex-Marine Frank Castle himself, laying down a jaw-dropping all-time high score of 60 to 12. Like, dude, bro, is your family actually dead for real, bro? And like, you're just taking like all of your anger out on this game? Like, are we dead ass? Punisher mains have got to be either the dumbest motherfuckers in the lobby or the most slippery motherfuckers. The reason why I say slippery instead of smart is because you don't really need to be smart to play Punisher, you just need common sense. Unshockingly though, a lot of Punishers still lack that. Like, why are you placing your turret in front of our tanks? Why, bro, why are you placing your turret in the middle of the fucking objective? I mean, unless you placed it on the moving convoy, then that's fine. Like, that's perfectly fine. But hey, man, don't you think you should really learn your positioning way better? And the amount of Punishers that literally watch an enemy in 4K jump in front of them, go behind them to break their turret, and never turn around to at least shoot at them is actually crazy. Like, that is genuinely bottom tier awareness to have. I literally have to tell Punishers on open mic sometimes, hey, hello, woohoo, hey, somebody's behind you, fisting the fuck out of you. You might want to turn around and get them off your back. Not gonna lie, bro, if you main Punisher, you probably eat cinnamon blocks for breakfast and see mad peaceful oatmeal, bro. Yeah, I main Bucky as my DPS character. Yeah, well, no shit, bro. Everybody does. It's hard to come across people who haven't played Bucky. Even for the first time I played Bucky, I was actually doing good. Like, he was shockingly easy to play, but I switched into Namor halfway through to deal with a Spider-Man, who I still killed a few times before then. But I will give this to Bucky mains. It's hard to come across a bad one. And genuinely, I think the anger issues rumor about them is actually true. Because if they don't absolutely steamroll me, they're gonna make sure I have a bad time nonetheless. I mean, honestly, if it wasn't for Squirrel Girl's entire fucking existence, Bucky's hook ability would be on my #1 rage bait list. His hook ability is bullshit. It's hooking me through walls, dude. I'm not making this shit up. He's literally just hooking me through iframes at this point. And it doesn't even matter if he misses his abilities, he still gains shield. Motherfucker, how you mean all you gotta do is press an attack to gain shield and not actually hit anything with it? Man, that shit ain't make no goddamn sense. And dude, don't even get me started on the ultimate. Listen, just like Thor, I also have a conspiracy theory about Bucky mains, where anytime they hit their ult, they immediately gain auto aim on whatever the fuck they're playing on. It's either that or they truly enter the flow post it and just lock in. Like, they don't miss after that point, bro. They're always the SVP on the team if their team loses. Like, always. They always manage to be somewhat of a problem no matter the circumstances. Wolverine mains are absolutely nightmarish. Wolverine is the only character in this game that has legitimately jump scared me.
Okay, so the first night is never usually that bad in any of the games, so I'll play through.
Mainly because I play tank. You strive to make any tank's life miserable, especially if you notice they're solo tanking. Oh man, dude, that's literally just like the cherry on top, okay? You catch any other tank other than Thing moving a little bit too far up ahead from his healers, you catch any Groot just trying to play the game in general no matter where he is on the map, you guys saw just how much tanks were already suffering since, like, well, the game released, and you learned that you could be that unstoppable force that can make those big-bodied ass brick wall characters go bye-bye with a little off-the-map cheese method. Goated. There's nothing else to say. You're just goated. You've been getting shit since the game started. Half the time, you don't even need your team. In fact, if you really wanted to, you could just be a straight DPS, only snapping heals when really needed no matter how many times your team complains about you not healing them, despite your abilities obviously being on cooldown. But you understand that your role is not called healer. Your role is called strategist, which means that yes, I, as Adam Warlock, can in fact die if I really wanted to and still come out on top because I'm not helpless like these other supports are, and I can actually win my fades. You guys also find like the craziest, most isolated places to res your whole team. And Adam Warlock could revive you in a secret room on a map you never even knew existed before he brought your ass there in the first place. Just know that anytime you get a Lord Adam Warlock on your team, you will not be disappointed, bro. Oh boy. Okay, look, I want to like you guys. I really do like you. Trust me, I appreciate you guys when you're there for me, but let's be honest, a lot of you were forced to fill support for way too long, and now the entire game is just flooded with Lord Cloak and Daggers who still to this day don't know when to back up and position themselves correctly, heal their other supports, or use their defensive ult at the correct timing of the enemy team's defensive ult. You do realize that you don't have to use your ult just because the enemy team used their ult, right? Especially if your whole team is still mostly full health. Now, of course, look, I'm not saying to hold your ult just for a little too long, as to where somebody dies directly before you can pop your ult, but look, I'm just saying to pay attention, observe your team's health, okay? And once it reaches a certain threshold that you don't like, then that's when you use your ult, okay? You guys don't need to make both of your teams out damage the invincibility together all the time. Unfortunately though, for a lot of Cloak and Dagger mains, they also tend to have a victim mentality when somebody isn't peeling for them 24/7, as if the rest of the team also doesn't have a different job to do.
What the fuck do you want from me? Jesus fucking Christ, you want me to get back there? Oh, I'm so sorry! I'll get back there right now and make you some eggs!
I feel like Cloak and Dagger mains really solidified the victim complex status that people have placed onto supports, to be honest. People who main Invisible Woman make up like 99% of the female player base of this game. I'm sorry, look, I just gotta point it out at a certain point, but rarely would I ever find a guy maining Invisible Woman in this game, and when I do find one, he's definitely not wearing the wedding skin for obvious reasons. And unfortunately, Sue mains kind of fall into the same category of Cloak and Dagger mains. Once you see one that has Lord, it doesn't really mean anything, and it doesn't automatically mean you're going to get insane heals. And they also kind of contribute to the victim mentality that supports are rumored to have. Look, I know this may sound like I hate support players by saying all of this shit, but look, trust me, I'm always the dude having to give up any amount of space I've made as a tank to peel for them because nobody else will. It's just as simple as that, okay? So look, I don't hate them. I just don't like the ones that need their handheld 24/7. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay, you're either a girl who started playing the game solely because you saw Jeff's pink incognito skin and decided to main him afterwards, or you're a dude who's an absolute troll. Not a singular healing bubble is being spat your team's way in favor of you constantly flanking the enemy team's backlines after begging for triple support because you always knew this was your destiny. You took the term strategist really too seriously and leaned way too far on doing the off damage aspect of the role, and deadass just stopped healing altogether. You miss those days where Jeff was considered broken because all people would do is team up with his ultimate and swim endlessly on the ground to constantly heal and escape death. Now people damn near consider bro a throw pick if you're not teaming him up with Storm, and because he doesn't have an invincibility ult. I've always stood up for you guys since like day one though, okay? Like I was never an invincibility ult beat writer in order to do my job. Look, you play whatever you want, bro. Okay, don't listen to these fucking dickheads tell you to swap. You want to know what really kills me about low-key mains? It's how nobody ever realizes that the low-key is literally the reason why the enemy team is winning until it's far too late. Nobody ever realizes, and then from all of the sneaky work they be putting in behind the scenes and shit, they somehow steal MVP every single time. There's two types of low-key mains. The low-key mains who always and only always ever copy a strategist ult because they've been brainwashed like good little boys into thinking that's the only way their ult can gain value. Or the low-key mains who actually understands the game, understands what's best for the place and time, and understands perfectly when to copy a support ult or when to copy a DPS ult to wipe the enemy team themselves and clutch up the game. And those are the low-key mains you gotta be wary of, bro. Okay, they are the actual tricksters. They will make you forget that they can use any person's ult in the game on any team side if they really want to and catch you completely off guard. I'm so sorry, bro, but a lot of y'all are not very smart, okay? And I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news, but I've seen way too many Luna Snows who keep forgetting to reapply that snowflake onto their diving DPS, that be missing all of their shots, they be missing their snowball freeze, they be ulting when their team is already all dead, not even there, or they don't even follow their teammate that's pushing up because they think their Luna is gonna follow them with their ult, but she doesn't for some reason, right? And then they just die. Also, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Y'all spam that Luna dance song that she gave to her way too often, bro. Okay, like y'all kind of spoiled it at a certain point. But I mean, hey, look, hey, all jokes eventually die anyway, so can't really be shocked there. So you guys are essentially the sleeper agents of the strategist category. Literally and metaphorically. A lot of you guys got Lord Mantis during the earlier seasons, but then y'all just started tapering off for some reason. Maybe because people keep ripping on y'all for your character just not healing enough. Which is true, but once again, it's called strategist, not healbot. A lot of Mantis mains out here don't fuck around. Half the time, they be damage boosting themselves and fucking up the enemy team by themselves.
Hold up, wait a minute. Something ain't right.
It's very rare nowadays to run into a Lord Mantis who's going to run the entire lobby by herself, or once again, there's probably already a Lord Mantis somewhere in your lobby. She's just in hibernation right now. She's probably playing Invisible Woman because people just keep complaining for her to get onto Invisible Woman instead of Mantis. I just want to let y'all Rocket Raccoon mains know that I was with y'all since day one. Okay, just like my boy Jeff, I wasn't ever on your ass about some, hey, can we please get a defensive ult instead of the amplifier? Thank you. Nah, King, nah. You stay playing your insane character development hero. Ever since you realized how tragic Rocket's backstory actually was, you were never going to let my boy go. You were getting slandered on the daily for not switching to Choke N Gagher or Luna Snow or even Mantis, but you didn't care not one bit. You stayed true to yourself and to your character, and you let your stubbornness prevail until the amplifier buff. And honestly, whatever your thoughts are on the current usefulness of Rocket's ult, I hope they never revert those changes. Not because I think it's better or worse, but because I'm tired of seeing you guys getting abused for no reason. And I want the community switch up to stay in your favor, man. So, I wouldn't expect to be seeing you after season 2.5, right?